Welcome to Behind the Book. Today I'll be discussing with Judith of Club Calgary, putting ideas to paper. Let's learn more. I'm Heather Andrews, and on Behind the Book, we journey beyond the cover. On each episode, I dive deep into the minds of authors, unlocking the mysteries behind their literary creations. Discover the stories behind the book exclusively here with me. Welcome to Behind the Book. We're here on the final episode talking with Judith about ideas and putting them to paper. On the previous episode, we were talking with Judith about telling the story her way. Let's just dive in. So on the last episode, when we talked about telling the story your way, and we mentioned about, the ideas flowing to paper, what did it actually feel like when you were typing your story into the computer?
It was actually interesting that I finally got here, because with the help of you and the whole group, I think I was finally courageous enough to put this down on paper. And it actually felt really good. I'm very inspired. I do actually have a framework for a book, which I might now do. So I felt very inspired, and I felt validated as well that talking with you, talking with the other people, yes, this is a story, and this is something that can be shared. Because we talked about this before. When it's your own, you don't really feel that there's a story, because you lived it, you know it inside out, and it's just normal to you.
Yeah, exactly, and I love that. And when you speak about doing your solo book after doing a compilation with others, what does that look like for you?
I think that would be a little bit more deep dive into my journey on how I became a business owner, and I think it would be a little bit more business focused, like how you can be one person, but that person has a different almost personality when you're running a business. Because you have to know so many things. You have to learn so many things. You have to be so multifaceted. Yeah. I was lucky because I have a really good admin background. But in my industry, what happens is a good cleaner is being referred, but they might not actually have a good business background at all, or admin background. Sometimes they don't even know how to do a quote, or how to use Word or Excel or anything like that. And these seem really, really simple to some people who are really comfortable with all of these and running a business, but not to somebody who was never exposed to a computer. So some of their limiting beliefs might be, I'm not good with computers, right? And that's a really big part of business nowadays. So I kind of want to write about that journey, how it was for me, and then just what I learned. I think it's really important to share a lot of times. I belong to a lot of different groups, like including Women's Presidents Organization, and we do share with each other a lot of things, and it's not giving advice, it's experience sharing. So I find a book like that would be my experience, and I shared that, and it might help some new business owners coming up the ranks, right?
I love that. And I know that when we were talking early on, before you even wrote your story, you were talking about how, you've gone from cleaning toilets to using your admin and learning from your business coach to coaching other people in business.
Yes.
And so what was that shift like for you?
So Jay Shetty certification came into my life.
Okay.
And I was looking at it and I was like, this is interesting. And me wanting to learn and wanting to be a better boss, a better leader. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try. So I took this course, and it was a bit life-changing, I have to be honest with you, because it just helps you understand people better, helps you to be more empathic to them, helps you to see things through their eyes,
right?
Their experience through their eyes. And I was like, you know what, this is helping me. And I'm also a mentor. I'm a mentor with a lot of different organizations in Calgary, mostly focused around immigrants because that's my passion. And it just helps me to be a better coach.
Absolutely.
Somebody who can share their experience better. Because there's a big difference. You know, when you're a mentor, you're okay to give advice. But when you're a coach, it's not okay. You actually have to help that person realize their own potential, right? So it helped me a lot. And I love talking about these things because helping people is just my passion.
Absolutely.
I actually did have to go to therapy for it, believe it or not.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, because I'm just so giving, and then I gave too much. And I had to learn to set my own boundaries.
Yeah, I worked in healthcare.
Yeah.
How much of ourselves do we give? Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I love that. And recently you got nominated for an award.
Yes.
And what was the outcome of that, and what did you learn in that process?
Oh, that was super exciting because, again, me being an immigrant, I was actually nominated in my own country. So this is through the Hungarian Business Association, and I was named Businesswoman of the Year for 2024. And we have a big gala here, a big ball every March, and the ambassador was here, and she's the one who gave it to me. So it was very, very, very special. And just being recognized, you know, from my own heritage, my own country, in another country, in Canada. Canada gave me a home. And I go back to Hungary a lot too, but this is my home now. I've been living here for 34 years, so more than half of my life. I'm kind of giving my age away, but that's okay.
You're all right. You don't get somewhere without some...
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, so I've been living here more than I have in Hungary. I do have very strong roots. I mean, you know, I speak, believe it or not, I speak probably during the day 95% of the time Hungarian, because everybody in my family around me is Hungarian. My husband, my parents, my friends, and everything. So it was really nice to be recognized in that arena.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. And one of the last questions that I have as we wrap up today is, being that the book, which is going to be launching on Amazon very, very soon.
Oh my gosh, so exciting.
As we wrap up today, what does culture mean to you?
It means, for me, it really means how we are and how we portray ourselves. Like, everybody has their core values, and sometimes people don't even realize that they have their core values. Somebody else needs to point it out to them. But culture, to me, there's one part of it is being, you know, where you're from, and that's the culture. But the other part of the culture is what you create and how you, especially when you own your own business, you really need to have a good, healthy culture. And for us, that means, you know, that we're open and honest with each other. We ask questions. We help our team when they have questions. We give them all the tools to succeed. Let it be a mop, or let it be, you know, how do I do this? How do I talk to the client? How do I engage in difficult conversation? So that's what culture to me is, how you help other people succeed. And then that's basically my culture, is helping people, right?
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. And where can people find you on social media?
Oh, they can find us everywhere. I'm on LinkedIn, and then also we are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube under Clean Club Calgary.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this series and just really sharing your story with us. And just, we look forward to Culture Revolution coming out on Amazon, so make sure you go check that out. And also your own book that you're going to be working on in the near future.
Yes. Give me a couple of years.
From behind the book, we will see you next time. It's been a literary voyage here on Behind the Book. My sincerest thanks to our featured authors for letting us peek behind the curtain. I'm Heather Andrews, urging you to keep exploring the vast universe of literature. Until our next chapter, happy reading.